I'm happy to welcome you to today's virtual talk. Experience 3 exciting presentations on the topic of bulk material handling and gain valuable insights into innovative technologies and proven solutions for your applications. We want you to benefit from practical presentations and valuable impulses for your daily work. So you, dear participants, are also welcome to send us suggestions on relevant topics for you, because it's all about community, and that's what PowTech Technofarm stands for. There are only 8 months to go until the next event, which will take place in Nuremberg from September 23 to 25, 2025. So again, save the date. And until then, we are already bringing together numerous experts from a wide range of industries about process technology. But before we get into this topic, I would like to thank our speakers. Tobias Meixner from Hosokawa Solid Solutions, Jörg Dandl from Netta Vibration, and Waldemar Dück from Steute Technologies, without whom this would not have been possible. And now I hand over to Tobias Meixner from Hosokawa Solid Solutions and his talk about principles and innovations in pneumatic handling of bulk materials, special features of turnkey systems. Enjoy the talk.
So, hello, I have to share my screen now. So I hope this works now. Can you see the screen?
No, not yet.
Not yet. Sorry. Ah. Now it should be.
Yes,
Okay.
it's working. So you must start the presentation. Yes, perfect.
Perfect. Okay. So, dear all, I would like to extend a warm welcome also from my side and thank you in advance for your interest in our products and solutions. Many thanks also for the organization team and for the opportunity to introduce ourselves here a little bit. We are the Hosokawa Solid Solutions group. My name is Tobias Meixner. I'm head of sales and marketing in Hosokawa Solid Solutions in Germany. We have a subsidiary in Spain, and we here in Germany are responsible for the core sales regions of DACH, the Eastern European market, Scandinavia, Balkan, and the Balticum. Our Spain subsidiary is for the rest of the world responsible. The short to our company, we were formerly Solid Solutions, consisting of the companies Systemtechnik and SST Schüttguttechnik. Maybe someone knows us under these names. We were founded in 1969 and now we employ 125 people around the world, mostly Germany and Spain. Since 2020, Solids has been integrated into the Hosokawa Micron Group as a subsidiary of Hosokawa Alpine. So this is our new logo, and under that you will find us in the market. We mainly deal with the industries food, chemicals, minerals, environment in the existing tasks and markets, and additionally also in new special applications as the big upcoming markets lignin and recovered carbon black. Even though we have solutions for all industries such as pharmaceutical, cosmetic, and rubber, we focus on the first 4 named mostly as the core market. Short, our product portfolio consists of single components for bulk handling, like emptying discharge components, diverters and locking devices, components for mechanical and pneumatical conveying. Last one, pneumatical, is the most content of this presentation here afterwards. Other components like lump breakers, weighing and dosing devices, and filling equipment for all you need, developed and manufactured by ourselves. including the possibility to offer complete handling or storage solutions and intralogistics together with third-party components or processes with fully automated operation. Our group structure together with Hosokawa Alpine and Hosokawa Micron allows now complete turnkey solutions on our hand, consisting of several process steps from the mother company, like milling, mixing, drying, compacting, and classifying, including the full automation, installation, management, worldwide service, and whatever you need, with all advantages, less interfaces, and only one contact. So enough with self-advertising. Let's drop into the, one moment, I have a problem with the next, here, with the pneumatical conveying systems. Let me introduce our main technology here. What are pneumatic conveying systems and what types are there? First of all, pressure difference is needed, which generates a gas stream to carry or push the particles. Closed system causes then a gas stream, a closed gas stream to the transport the particles to their receiving system, and suitable bulk material, of course, is required, and a destination where it should be transported to. The conveying concepts differences mainly on the possible pressure difference, velocity, or loading degree. So the parts, the number of particles in a specific amount of air. There are basically then two different main types for pneumatical conveying. A dilute phase conveying and dense phase conveying. Jokingly, example image is intended to illustrate the abstract simplicity of the task, which can nevertheless lead to sophisticated systems in reality. Here consisting of a target, the particles, a gas flow, and conveying gas compression or suction conveying with vacuum. So it's only a joke by side. Many things influence the decision for or against the different conveying systems, such as bulk material properties. So, as example, flowability, fluidizability, air retention, capacity, wear behavior, and the fragility of grains, as example, spray granules, pellets, or even friction-sensitive bulk materials. The ability for forming deposits or layers in the pipeline, or even mixtures with the task to segregate. Also, the operating conditions can influence the decision or will influence the decision which system fits here. And the specified mass flow rate, conveying distance, continuous or batch conveying, the batch accuracy, especially in dosing systems combined with pneumatically conveying, ATEX regulations or requirements, and others like climate factors in Asia or outside a building. Our pneumatical conveying systems, we have developed various conveying systems to meet nearly every requirement on the market. It is important to us to find out the real problems and to question them analytically. This may also result in concepts and solutions that deviate a little bit from these here, which are then tailor-made for bulk goods, bulk solids, and customer-specific purposes, and are constantly being developed further. I fly over this several concepts here and drop into three of them in the next slides. Our solids fly pneu system is a classic dilute phase conveying system for vacuum and pressure operation. For standard conveying tasks, medium distances, and no special requirements to the conveying and the grain handling. The solids fluid pneu and the solids vacuum are for conveying of powders for good fluidizable bulks, lower requirements to the handling, and for short to medium distances. The solids step pneu system, a pressure conveying system. The bulk is flowed through here by conveying gas and pushed as columns or plugs. So it's separated in plugs or columns with an indicated plug formation by impulse valve. I come later to the function of that. The solid split pneu system here is a pressure plug conveying system. Impulse valve and pressure nozzles and boosters break up longer plugs if there's a risk that for line blockage. And we split up this big plugs or complete pipeline. And vacuum dense system is the same system in vacuum mode. And last but not least, our solids pulse pneu system, plug conveying system with impulse valve, bypass system, and relay stations for general bulk materials with higher requirement for wear protection, gentle conveying, or special requirements such as segregation, free conveying, or stop and restart of the full conveying line. The vibropulse pneu and the truck discharge is nearly the same system, but with smaller deviations. Vibropulse pneu is with vibration function to get the bulk into the pipeline when it's very poor flowing, for example. And the solids truck discharge system I will explain later. In the following year, I will explain the characteristics of 3 systems. Here, for example, the pulse pneu system, vacuum fill, and pneumatic truck discharge. As said before, we'll start with the pulse pneu system with a shorter video. Our solids pulse pneu plug conveying system is fitting if a gentle conveying is needed. I will start a moment. Is needed, and other special challenges are specified. In the following, the new created video is perfect to take a look inside the system and explain how it works. I will start now. The material or the bulks. I have to make this, otherwise I hear the music behind it. Material is befilled via the pre-system silo or hopper and through an opened pre-closer flap into a pneumatic center vessel, which is after filling be closed pressure tight. Air for fluidization and pressurizing is lead in the pressure vessel, and the product will automatically begin to flow into the pipeline in a dense and fluidized mode. An impulse valve here separates the product flow to material plugs and air cushions by a ring nozzle with pressurized air, and relay stations every 6 meters ensure that the air cushions keep the plugs separated and clogging-free conveying is ensured. The system comes with following advantages. Nearly unlimited conveying routes are possible. No risk of clogging, also blocking of the pipeline. Gentle and wear-free conveying. Moment. And we're nearly wear-free conveying by extremely low velocity of about 7 to 10 meters per second. Segregation-free conveying for mixtures, and finally efficient use of the pressure energy with very high loading degree and use of pressurized air. Also, the restart of filled pipelines after a stop or pressure loss or emergency stop is possible with the solid pulse ploy system thanks to the relay stations. The second system, our vacuum fill system, is suitable for short conveying lengths and products that can be easily fluidized or have to be conveyed gently or without segregation. So same task as before, but this is all in vacuum mode. The extremely low height of the feed system, in principle a small hopper with fluidization, is perfectly suited for low installation heights or lack of space. The bulk material is via vacuum sucked into the conveying line via the feed hopper by fluidization of the bulk, and a false air valve divides also the product stream into plugs and air cushions. So in principle, the same system. You can see in this flow patterns here, it's more dense, like a dilute phase conveying. So it's more dense, but it's still fluidized and fluffy mode of flowing. But we can split into several plugs so that the same flow pattern will be reached as described before. The system is the vacuum process is a gentle conveying system, and with possibly less mechanical effort. So you need only a receiving system here for the vacuum and the conveying line, and this small hopper for introducing the product in the pipeline. And by using ejectors, Venturi principle for the conveying air generation or the vacuum generation, significant cost savings are also possible with this system. In combination with a pressurized bypass system, also for difficult products, the conveying is possible in this mode. And the third system I want to introduce is our pneumatic truck discharge system for silo filling of bulk solids from trucks. The truck tank itself is used as a pressure vessel, and its function is the same principle as the pulse ploy system, but much bigger here. An impulse valve and the silo filling line, as well as a secondary line with pressurized air and relay stations, are required for the silo filling line. Segregation-free and gentle conveying or the addition of dry air or nitrogen to the truck is here possible with the system, which is principally a pneumatic installation and pipeline system combined with the pressure generation and optionally, if needed, an air dryer. Sensitive bulk materials and hygroscopic bulk materials can be conveyed without grain destruction. This prevents the formation of fine dust between the grains and thus prevents the absorption of moisture and the recrystallization of hygroscopic bulks. This is our solution we developed in the 1970s for exactly urea handling, in German Harnstoff, which was meant not to be handled in silo storage until around 1970, and we have now about 50 to 100 systems worldwide in perfect operation without problems. By continuously flushing the silo line with dry air when not in use, the line is kept dry and the silo head is protected from condensation in the same time. So this is the main tasks we have to solve here. Because of the time, I had to shrink my presentation very much, so I could only step into 3 of the systems. In the end, I want to point out again that all of the short explained systems are only one solution for one task at one bulk handling challenge. We will analyze all details first and engineer a perfect fitting solution for your bulk solids. And if you have any questions to me, use the remaining time to clarify this. That was my presentation for this time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Meixner. So, as he said, right, you are now free to ask your questions about the F&A button, and I will forward the question to Mr. Meixner. So we are waiting a few moments that you can type in your question.
I can close the presentation.
Yeah, for sure, if you want, or yeah.
Okay.
Perfect. So let's start with first question. You mentioned about air retention capacity. How to measure this?
The retention the air retention capacity is measured by analysis in our laboratory or in our you can send us a small amount of about 2 to 5 liters, and we will analyze the capacity of holding the air in the powder by our test system. And this is this is one point to be considered for deciding which system is the fitting one.
Thank you for answering. So we have one German question. So for this question, we can switch shortly in German and then we can switch back to English. Wo könnten hier Siebe eingebaut werden?
Es können Siebe auch in eine pneumatische Förderung, zum Beispiel bei der Anlieferung von Lkw-Ware, eingebaut werden. Allerdings diese Siebe sind relativ anfällig für Verstopfung. Es macht mehr Sinn, Siebe dann in einem Zwischensystem einzubauen, also nach einem Empfangsbehälter oder nach einem Silo beispielsweise, um hier eine bessere Siebfunktion zu gewährleisten und das Risiko der Verstopfung hier zu minimieren. Aber prinzipiell fast an jeder Schnittstelle möglich.
Perfect, danke. So let's get back in English. What are reasons for pneumatic vacuum conveying?
This is a simple question, but cannot be answered in an easy way because, as I described before, many factors have to be taken into account. As example, the complete bulk material properties and also the operating conditions. So it's up to our engineers and our process engineers to find the perfect solution. It's not all the time vacuum conveying. If one step I can answer for that. A reason for vacuum conveying is it's an example, you have one target and several sources of the material. Then it's better to have vacuum conveying because you need only one system and diverters in the pipeline, so you can suck from different sources. And if this is in other way, you have one source and different targets, vacuum conveying is very difficult to realize.
Thank you very much. So the next question is, how do you handle blocking problems in rotary valves for materials which tend to clog and are really fine? For example, PET foil regrind in 0.1 to 0.3 millimeters thickness.
There are many reasons why rotary valves can block. For grain products or bigger particles, they will so it was klemmen. They will stuck in the rotary valve and block the complete valve. For you, for your case, PET foil regrind. I think this is a not good flowing product here, or not good flowing bulk. We have possibilities for make the inlet of a rotary valve smaller so that the pockets are not overfilled. What causes then clogging? This is one possibility, but it's a difficult question. Vibration and air is also a possibility to avoid the clogging, but we have to analyze the problem in detail. Sorry.
Perfect.
Yeah.
The question is not fully answered. You can also contact Mr. Meixner afterwards and maybe discuss it in more detail ways. So next question, we have much questions to answer. So what are advantages of pressure conveying?
Also this question I cannot answer directly because I have to compare with other system to say what are the benefits and what is in another system better. But if you mean the pulse pneu pressure system or the pressure conveying system, the benefits are mostly the efficiency with using pressurized air and the loading degree, which causes a very low specific consumption of air. So one benefit is only the use of 40 to 60 normal cubic meters per ton of material. And you can compare this to other systems. They use 300 to 500 normal cubic meters per ton in a fly conveying mode. So I hope I answered your question a little bit in that direction what you want, but you can also ask me directly via email. Then we can clarify this.
Perfect. So next question, what about magnetic separators in the system?
Of course, we have often installed and integrated in our systems. We are not manufacturer of that systems, but we can integrate in our complete, let's say turnkey solutions also third-party components.
Perfect. And how do you measure the bulk properties in your lab?
With the methods, with the it's a question what bulk property. So fluidizability or grain size or the reaction angle. It's all this. What is sorry? What is the common methods to test this? Sorry.
It's okay. So
Common tests, yes.
Yeah, so you must get maybe in contact to clarify some questions
would be better.
in detail. Yeah,
or a call.
or a call, right? So then we have much questions left. I think we can answer some of them in the next 4 minutes. But if we cannot answer all these questions, I will forward this to Hosokawa, or maybe you can get directly to Tobias Meixner and ask the questions directly to him, or you're also welcome to contact Powtech Technofarm via the email address I've sent to the chat. So then we can forward also the questions and match your contacts together. So next questions I will pick. What's in the system pressure of compressed air in the different systems?
This is a good question, and I can answer it. The dilute phase conveying is up to maximum about 1 bar in pressure mode, and below 1 bar in vacuum mode, because we have only the atmospheric pressure of 1 bar. And the pressure, the higher pressure systems, the plug conveying systems are possible up to 6 bar, but common systems, mostly ending at 4 bar. But possible with our equipment is 6 bar.
Okay, so let's get to the next question. Are there problems with abrasive materials? For example, metal oxide powders. What type are the materials your customers mostly deal with between abrasive, example, corundum, or non-abrasive, for example, fluor?
There are problems, of course, in the market and at customer side, but we have the solutions for it. The pulsed Pneu conveying system is exactly developed for abrasive materials, and it was developed for casts, iron cast sand. And sorry, I have to rewrite the question. What type are materials your customers most deal with? Cannot answer this question. Is what type are the materials your customers mostly deal with? Abrasive, non-abrasive. We are in all these branches with food, minerals, metals, chemicals. Could be all of them. But we have solutions also for abrasive materials and also for oxide powders, metal oxide powders like titan dioxide, aluminum oxide, aluminum hydroxide. We have many references with it.
Thanks for answering. So, is it possible to handle tablets or capsules as well, even if they can be breakable and without generating dust? And how clean the pipes?
In principle, yes, but also there we have to look in detail about the details and the specifications of this bulk material. In tablets, capsules, it seems to be like from pharmaceutical task, more or less, yes, but then not without testing in a trial plant. Generating of dust is one big topic we would avoid with the plug conveying system, and we have, especially for the plug conveying system, we have solutions also for clean in place, clean in place cleaning of the pipes and the pneumatic sender. But the problems begin then at the target system, the receiving system with a filter, as example. But there are solutions, but not the most common.
Thank you very much. So we have 2 questions left, and I think we should answer them yes, now again. So I have a question regarding the truck delivery and the discharge capacity using the pneumatic conveying system. What is the maximum capacity the pneumatic system can handle for unloading the truck?
Here we have to consider 2 topics. If it's needed gentle conveying because of non-grain destruction or fine dust creation, then the velocity of the filling into the silo has to be very slow. In this case, from my experience, I think 10 tons to 12 tons are possible in a gentle conveying mode. So German truck could be emptied in about 2 hours in gentle mode. Of course, with much more air and not avoiding grain destruction if it's not really necessary. 20 to 25 tons are also possible with the system, but then you have the risk of grain destruction or demixing or all these topics I explained before.
Perfect. So now last question. You've mentioned in your presentation the solids pulse pneu conveying system. Can it be mounted on an already existing installation? For example, they have a 60-degree curve pipe and material getter there.
Yes, in principle, it's possible that you can use or adapt a pulse ploy system to an existing system, but it has to be analyzed what was the system before, what is the size of the conveying line. You have a specification for the mass flow, and we calculate then according to the mass flow and the system what pipe size is needed. So if you have an existing pipeline, maybe it could fit, or you have to live with another flow rate then afterwards. For example, I have a 60-degree curve. It means not Celsius, I think.
Oh, I think it's Celsius. I'm sorry, maybe, or I
don't understand the question, the last part of the question exactly. But please contact me. I will answer to your question directly in a longer version and detailed.
Perfect. Maybe you can type in your email address in the chat so that everyone can have your email
Will
address.
not be shared from your side.
Also, maybe at the presentation afterwards, but not to everyone after the talk. But thank you very much again, Mr. Meixner. So we will now hand over to our next talk from Jörg Dandl from Netta Vibration. His talk is about conveying and dosing with vibration. So I'm very excited, and Jörg Dandl, the stage is yours.
Thank you, Clara. Hello, everybody. This is Jörg speaking from Netta Vibration in Germany. We are located close to Frankfurt and Mainz-Kastel, just a half-an-hour drive from the airport. Let me share the screen and start with the presentation. Hold on a second. So here we are. Everybody can see my slides? Okay,
yes.
Perfect. Thank you. Yeah, once again, warm welcome. Our topic today is conveying and dosing with vibration devices, vibration technology, vibration systems. A short agenda for today. A short introduction about myself, the company, the main fields we are working in. We have to talk about a little bit of theory. What are the basic principles of vibration to handle different materials? So I'm sorry for that, but to understand some of the application, how it works, we have to talk about that topic, followed by lots of applications with some videos and some photos, how conveying systems are working and dosing systems working as well. A short summary and then question and answers again. And I just followed Tobias' slides very carefully, and if you had a close look of some of his pictures, you have found some of our products there, because Hausokava is a good customer from us, and so we have some relationship together today, and on business side as well. Yeah, Netter Vibrations was founded in 1953, so we celebrated 70 years of the company 2 years ago. We are 120 people in 7 countries. We have some subsidiaries, sales subsidiaries in those countries. Germany, of course, where the headquarter is located. The other ones are France, Spain, Poland, Switzerland, Australia, and UK. And we have a partner network worldwide, around 40 sales partners from America to Asian countries as well. Yeah, we are one of the leading manufacturer and solution provider in vibration technology. On the slide, you see some of our products. Overall, we supply around 3,000 vibrators and knockers to vibrator machineries. So it's pneumatic and electric vibrators mainly. So we have an overall expertise in vibration devices and applications, and most of the vibrators are manufactured here in the headquarter in Mainz. Yeah, and as Tobias already introduced, we are also serving a lot of industries. Some of them are identical. You see pharmaceutical, automotive, plastics, chemical, food, also foundry and machinery building industries. But we are not only home in these industries, we are also at home in numerous applications. For instance, emptying tanks, silos, containers, supported by vibrators. This is this little picture here. We also do have applications in heat exchanging industry, where waste incinerity is cleaned from the heating pipes. We using vibration technology and for compacting different materials, bulk materials, bottom right, like plastic pellets or different other materials. But today we focus on feeding and dosing applications, as well as sorting material and sieving material. The sieving and sorting is a specialized feeding process. Let me put it that way. Just important to know that all those applications mentioned here occur in all the industries I've shown you on the slide before. So, but as I already announced, we have to deal with a few basics in vibration technology to understand how feeding and conveying of different materials works. Unfortunately, we are sometimes confronted with customers who are contacting us, and they try to use vibrators and its technology. But unfortunately, the conveyors and the feeding process is not sufficient because of not well-designed construction. If you have a closer look, I just repeat the video again. The feeding is not sufficient, and when the colleagues are bringing pressure and more stiffness to the whole system, then the feeding works suddenly. So at all, the system is not stiff enough to feed the material here. Another problem that sometimes occurs in vibration system is that they are not well designed from machine building companies, and which leads to cracks on different places of a conveyor or a tube system. I've marked them on here on the right-hand side. So if these damages occur, then we talk about uncontrolled vibrations. And if those damages occur, sometimes customers are contacting us and asking for help. So the best case is the application does not work as desired, left-hand side. And the worst case is that the whole system is destroyed. That's the right-hand side. So that's what we call uncontrolled vibrations. But what we want is a kind of controlled vibrations. And we try to design the devices, the vibrators, and the whole systems of conveyors. So we get a controlled process, which does not lead to these problems I just mentioned before. So we're going to now have a closer look on conveying and dosing systems for bulk material. And just a general questions which have to be answered to design a conveying system. So the overall purpose, is it dosing what is needed, or is this a constant feeding of a machine or a process? What are the typical loads the conveyor has to handle? Is it coarse material in primary industry? Is it fine powder in pharmaceutical industry? Is it demanding material? Is it probably a hazardous substance? So these questions have to be answered in conjunction with customers' needs. The conveying system are kind of limited. We can design them up to 20 meters in length. We overbridge them with several conveyors to reach 20 meters. So typically our conveyors are between 2 to 4 meters in length and probably less than 1 meter in width. Yeah, typical questions which have to be answered to design such a conveyor as well is what type of vibrator is used, pneumatic, electric, what are the dimensions needed, what's the material, what's the weight of the material, what throughput is needed from customer side, and so on and so on. So the typical components of a conveyor system are the trough, the base frame, certain mountings. We need suspension between tray and frame. We need the device, the vibrator, electric, pneumatic. And additionally, we have to offer a lot of accessories and options which can the conveyor supplied with. Let's have a closer look. Typical questions to be answered. What material should the conveyor be of? Is it steel? Is it stainless steel? What is needed? Has the conveyor be resistant to heat, to certain chemicals, to demanding materials? Easy to clean, like in food industry. Which form is needed? Can it be open? Does it have to be closed because of hazardous materials? Is it tubular conveyor needed, which is driven by conveyors, by vibrators? Sorry for that. That's typical questions which have to be answered. Next questions. What's the perfect spring for the application to avoid uncontrolled vibration? Coil springs, blade springs. The main goal is to find optimal insulation from tray to base frame and to find the best frequency and amplitude balance to feed the material. And another important question, what vibrator should we use? If there's only air available in the company at customer side, pneumatic is to be the choice. Or depending probably on the application, electric vibrators are the best choice here. And last but not least, several accessories like electronic or pneumatic controls to handle frequency, amplitude, different fasteners, bolts, gaskets. We also supply conveyors with sieves or screens. Some applications need heating plates to dry the material within the process. So a lot of questions to be answered in cooperation with our customers. So how does vibration works in principle? We throw the material in the conveyor driven by the vibrator underneath or at the side. So we play a little bit with frequency, we play with amplitude, of course, with the size and the power of the vibrator. Sometimes we need a fine throw for discharging or dosing of material. Sometimes we need a large flow for sieving or drying material. Yeah. So basically, the material is more in the air than in contact with the conveyor itself. Yeah? And that's the principle how vibration works in conveyors. So we call that micro bounces. And the typical project challenges we are confronted are, is compressed air available? Does the conveyor need to be started or stopped immediately for dosing, for instance? Do you need to change the amplitude or the frequency? Probably you have different materials to handle. One day one material, the other day another one. And the requirements to handle those two different materials are different. So you have to adjust probably the frequency and the amplitude to get an optimal result. Are there any requirements concerning cleaning of the whole system? Any requirements for special temperatures? Is there an ARTIX requirement at customer side? What's the material? Is it a hazardous material? What conveying speed is needed? What conveying capacity is needed? Similar questions which has been asked already to Tobias in his presentation. Yeah, also things which have to be answered. So we have to find the right balance between stiffness of the whole system and weight of the whole system. Yeah, if it's not stiff enough, we not rigid enough, we get some issues with the material handling. I showed the video before. You probably remember that. And yeah, and secondly, we have to find the right place where the vibrator has to be located at the whole system the conveyor. So we do some simulations in our computer system to test the stiffness or rigidness and where to place the vibrator device ideally. So enough theory, I guess, here. Let's go ahead and have a closer look of some samples I brought with me from the last years. So in principle, this is a resonance conveyor system. The device is a pneumatic vibrator. We use blade springs here. The vibrator is connected to the base frame. And with this system, we achieve high vibration amplitudes. And another advantage is the feeding starts and stops immediately if the pneumatic air is switched off. Another sample, what we call line drive. It's a horizontal conveyor system. You have, maybe go back a little bit. You have one input in the middle, and you have two outputs here. And it's used, for instance, to fill big packs with material. So if one big pack is fully filled, then you switch to the other side, and then the material flows to the empty big pack. So this is a horizontal conveyor system with two outlets. Very smooth and constant conveying, very flat in design, and very low noise level. So for conveying ceramic waste, we use these kind of conveyor systems. It's here we have ground fair clay, which is handled for recycling process. So that's the conveyor after it was manufactured, and here we see the process. Sorry for the little dark video, but I think you understand the principle. Here a lot of conveyors which are mounted in serial just to overbridge a certain distance. Some in the middle we have a conveyor which has a sieve mounted, and the more or less larger materials are handled in the different conveyors afterwards. So to yeah, we can interchange screen attachments of different sizes, so you can sieve different grain materials. Yeah, it's suitable for ARTEX as well. It's made of stainless steel in this case for the customer we supplied last year. Another demanding application is conveying of hydrochloric acid. The conveyor this time is made of plastic. We have one inlet and one outlet. It's a closed system. We surely tested it with some plastic pellets, not with the hydrochloric acid, but the whole system is dust-proof and a very suitable for this application. Another sample. I just have an animation here because I do not have the video from the company where we installed the system. We have a bakery who is just excess flour on the breads or other products, And the problem is that the flour is not collected properly between the two belts, between the blue and the white belt. And the company did have issues how to collect the flour. Sometimes it lays down on the bottom and somebody has to clean it. It's not very hygienic. So we installed what we call a line drive system. You see the problem is occurring here. If the bread is leaving one belt and is transported to the second belt, the flour falls down, and we collect the flour with our line drive system and transport it from the machinery, from underneath the machinery to collecting box here. I hope you can understand how it works. Unfortunately, I do not have a proper video for this kind of process. Yeah, another sample, we have conveyors which have an integrated heating plate here for a drying process. It's easy to clean. It's completely sealed here with silicone. And it's a closed system where this time the vibrator is located at the side. So electric vibrator on left and right side to transport and dry flour. Another crazy thing we did, a customer from Oktoberfest, a brewery, asked us how can we separate cutlery after it has been used in one of the tents at Oktoberfest to get a more sufficient dishwasher process afterwards. So in the past, they have to separate the cutlery manually. It just came to the washing department, and they had to separate it. And we designed a conveying system where you can just put all the cutlery at one side and get the cutlery separated on the other side, and then it was fed into the dishwashing machine afterwards. A project from last year. What you see is here a process where chocolate eggs are separated. The process goes like this. The company is doing half eggs which are empty. The half eggs will be filled with white cream, and after that, the two half eggs filled with cream are stick together to complete it to full eggs. And sometimes they do not, the two halves of the eggs do not stick together, and they have to sort them out because afterwards the eggs are polished and will be wrapped in paper. And in the past, some people were standing next to the manufacturing line and had to pick the half eggs manually. And the company asked us, is it possible to separate the full eggs and half eggs with vibration technology? So they sent us some samples. So the white ones are the half ones, and the other ones are the full eggs, and we separate the full ones here, and the half ones will be separate underneath the conveyor machine. So in the middle, you can see the two boxes. One box is collecting the half ones, and the other one is collecting the whole X here. What else do we have? We have also dosing systems which are driven by vibrators. So one typical application is dosing, and we have some standard products here, what we call Dosipack. You have a little silo here, and then we have a pneumatic vibrator here. The V-shaped conveyor is connected to the whole system by spring blades, and yeah, the hopper does have yeah, different sizes from 4 liters to 80 liters. Yeah, that's what we offer here. Frequency and amplitude can be adjusted independently to yeah, speed up the dosing, or yeah, whatever you need. So it's some sample videos here. On the left-hand side, you see fast dosing, and on the right-hand side, you see a very slow dosing. We can adjust the whole system that it doses piece by piece at the end. I hope you can see that from the video. So what else can we supply and offer? Sprinkling from spices or flowers here, like I showed you before in the bakery. Yeah, that's another application we can offer. Yeah, with the Dosipack, for instance. Okay, that's it. Just let me show you a short summary. What is Netter vibration can offer? Yeah, efficient, precise, and versatile conveying, suitable for different materials, delicate materials, fragile materials, demanding materials in demanding environments such as ATEX. Available for very small systems and small capacities to very high capacities and high speed. Systems are hygienic in design, easy to clean, for instance, for food industry or pharmaceutical industry. Usually there's low maintenance costs with long life components, simple to set up and simple to operate, and very easy to replace different components such as sieves for different materials. Thank you very much for your attention. That's it. My contact details are listed here. If you have any further questions, please feel free to send some questions in the chat room. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Dandl. Very interesting talk. We have also 3 questions now, so I will answer you some of them. Maybe we are running a little bit of time, so we must look how much we can answer of them. So the first question is, in their case, they have a main problem with vibration and using it for a declogging of containers. Is the noise created by the vibrations? How do you handle the noise caused by vibrations close to workstations? And how is it possible to minimize noise pollution?
Overcome a small height difference between equipment. I'm not sure if I got the question one right. Probably you have to send us drawings or pictures and to understand what you mean by different angles. In principle, you have to find the the right angle to get an optimal feeding result between equipment. Okay.
The question is from Anonymous, and it's the questions from 1:44 p.m. So it's the question was
Here.
did
Okay.
you see it? Yes,
yeah,
with the
got it.
noise
Yeah.
that is created.
Probably you can use plastic plates in the conveying system to reduce noise. If you have very rigid material, or as I show you the one example of the oxide material, or you use line drive. I showed you one of the slides, which is a very silent system. That these are the two solutions I can offer you: plastic plates within the conveyor or at the site, or use our line drive system, which is very noise reduction. That's the one who is moving very smoothly. I showed you the big pack with application with one inlet and two outlets. Yeah. And don't throw the material there. Just let it we feed it very smoothly.
Thank
so
you very much.
low amplitude.
Thank you very much. Next question is directly under the first question. What is about separation of mixed powders with different grain sizes with these systems?
Yeah, sieves, conveyor with sieves to separate the two grain sizes. That's a standard application for us. Yeah.
Okay,
And
so
you can change the sieves in the conveyor as well. So one day you have larger grains to separate, and the other day you have smaller grains to separate. So you can change the sieve within the same conveyor. But of course, you need to find the optimal frequency and amplitude and configuration to for the different grain sizes.
Interesting. Yes, thank you. And so the last question, maybe, so then we were running a little bit of time. So how do you deal with rather but fine sticky powders, for example, wet coffee powder?
Standard question from lots of coffee producers from us. With vibration technology, we can feed, we can loosen coffee powder and pipes and so on. Just contact us. We will help you. We have a lot of customers in the coffee industry. Yeah.
Perfect. So then, thank you very much for answering these questions, and thank you also for the interesting talk. So now we are finally at our final talk. This talk will be held in German. So let's switch to German now. Freuen Sie sich nun auf einen spannenden Talk von dem Herrn Waldemar Dück von Stolte Technologies GmbH und Co. KG. Und er referiert zum Thema Absicherung für Maschinen und Anlagen in explosionsgefährdenden Bereichen der Schüttgutindustrie. Viel Spaß!
Ja, vielen Dank. Dann würde ich aufgrund des Zeitmangels auch mal direkt durchstarten und einmal den Bildschirm teilen. So, das müsste jetzt soweit zu sehen sein.
Wunderbar, ja.
Danke. Im Namen von Stolte Technologies bedanke ich mich hier heute bei Ihnen sprechen zu dürfen. Ich würde in der Kürze der Zeit die Themen Maschinensicherheit und Explosionsschutz, wie schon erwähnt, in Verbindung mit unserem Haus Stolte anreißen. Leider sind die Themen doch sehr komplex und vielfältig, sodass wir diese heute eben nur anreißen können. Ja, warum dürfen wir von Stolte Technologies Ihnen heute was dazu erzählen? Und ja, Sie sehen es, seit über 60 Jahren sind wir ein Spezialist im Schaltgerätebau und Sensortechnik, insbesondere aber auch für kritische Anwendungen. Welche das sind, komme ich gleich gerne noch drauf zu sprechen. Der Hauptsitz befindet sich in Löhne an der A30 zwischen Bielefeld und Hannover. Weitere Produktionsstätten von Steute findet man in Brasilien und in China sowie viele weitere Vertriebsbüros weltweit, wie zum Beispiel in Frankreich, Polen, USA und so weiter. Ja, die Kollegen, meine Vorredner haben schon viele Branchen angesprochen. Also unsere Produkt- und Systemlösungen findet man ebenfalls in sehr vielen Branchen wieder. Es sind weitaus mehr, als sie hier zu sehen sind. Unter anderem zusätzlich die Lebensmittelindustrie, Schifffahrtsindustrie, chemische Industrie und viele mehr. Die für Sie heute interessanten Branchen sind eher wahrscheinlich Fördertechnik sowie Maschinen- und Anlagenbau. Mit unseren 3 Geschäftsbereichen, in dem Fall Meditech, Controltech und Leantech, stellt das Haus Steute Schaltgeräte und Sensoren unterschiedlichster Art für den Medizinbereich, aber auch Industrieanwendungen und sowie den Intralogistikbereich. Heute fokussiert oder interessieren wir uns mehr im Zusammenhang mit unseren Themen jedoch nur der Geschäftsbereich Controltech, wo wir auch Produkte für die Schüttgutindustrie entwickeln und herstellen. Ich hatte vorhin von kritischen Anwendungen gesprochen. Steute ist Spezialist für Lösungen in außergewöhnlichen und brisanten Anwendungsbereichen. Geht es zum Beispiel um den Einsatz in extrem niedrigen Temperaturen bis minus 60 Grad Celsius oder Anwendungen, die einen hohen IP-Schutz erfordern, weil diese zum Beispiel einer regelmäßigen Reinigung durch Wasserstrahl unterliegen oder generell extremen Wetterbedingungen, Hitze, Sonne, Feuchtigkeit. Da geht es in der Regel um die UV-Beständigkeit, Korrosionsbeständigkeit der Bauteile und natürlich nicht zu vergessen unsere Produkte für die explosionsgefährdeten Bereiche sowie Wireless-Produkte, also Schaltgeräte, die die Signale per Funk übertragen. Das wären unsere Lösungen für Ihre möglichen Herausforderungen. Ja, Thema Maschinensicherheit, wie gesagt, wir können das Thema nur anreißen, ansonsten wäre das tatsächlich eine Tagesveranstaltung. Zunächst einmal muss sich jeder im Klaren sein, dass Maschinen und Maschinensteuerung Risiken für Personen mitbringen. Mit der Maschinenrichtlinie, die grundlegende Sicherheitsanforderungen festlegt, werden wir uns heute jedoch nicht im Detail beschäftigen. Wir fokussieren uns auf die Norm 13849-1 für funktionale Sicherheit. Sie dient dazu, sicherzustellen, dass sicherheitsbezogene Steuerungen ein bestimmtes Maß an Zuverlässigkeit und Funktionalität haben und somit auch zur Bewertung der Sicherheit komplexer Maschinensteuerung beitragen. Die Norm befasst sich aber auch mit den Sicherheitsanforderungen für die Planung und den Einbau von sicherheitsrelevanten Steuerungsbauteilen oder Konstruktionsbauteilen. Warum gerade diese Norm? Denn es gibt noch weitere Normen für funktionale Sicherheit. Für das Haus Steute jedoch ist die EN ISO 13849-1 jedoch vorrangig, da sie technologieübergreifend ist. Was bedeutet das überhaupt? Sie ist somit für sicherheitsbezogene Steuerung anzuwenden, ungeachtet, ob diese elektrisch, hydraulisch, pneumatisch oder mechanisch sind. Als Hersteller von elektrischen in Verbindung mit mechanischen Bauteilen ist diese Norm für uns eben vorrangig. Nehmen wir uns das Bild auf der rechten Seite vor. Anhand des folgenden Risikoparameters kann der erforderliche Performance Level bestimmt werden. Abgekürzt in dem Fall Performance Level Required. R steht für Required. Der Performance Level ist dabei das Maß für die Zuverlässigkeit einer technischen Sicherheitsfunktion. Zuerst muss der Anlagenhersteller erforderliche Performance Level ermitteln und danach den erreichten Performance Level in einem System rechnerisch nachweisen. Der errechnete Wert darf dabei den erforderlichen Performance Level PLR nicht unterschreiten. Wir beschäftigen uns einmal mit der Bewertung anhand des Diagramms. Einbezogen in die Bewertung werden folgende Kriterien. S für die Schwere des möglichen Schadens, also S1, das wären leichte reversible Verletzungen, wie zum Beispiel leichte Quetschungen oder Wunden. S2 sind ernste irreversible Verletzungen oder gar der Tod. Für die Aufenthaltsdauer im Gefahrenbereich steht F. F1 ist dann selten bis wenig oder generell kurze Aufenthaltsdauer und F2 häufig bis dauernd oder eben lang. Und P für die Möglichkeit zur Vermeidung oder Begrenzung einer Gefährdung. P1 möglich unter bestimmten Bedingungen und P2 eben kaum möglich. Ein kleines Beispiel zum Verständnis. Nehmen wir uns ein Misch- oder ein Rührwerk in einer Anlage vor. Wir starten am Startpunkt. dem Bereich hier. Sollte eine Person in dieses Rührwerk eingreifen, wenn die Wahrscheinlichkeit eben besteht, so kann es zu schweren irreversiblen Verletzungen oder gar zum Tode führen. Damit wären wir bei S2. Da die Maschine regelmäßig bedient werden muss, ist die Aufenthaltsdauer ebenfalls mit S2 für häufig zu bewerten. Und durch zusätzliche Sicherheitsmaßnahmen wie Notaus oder Schutzhaube mit einer eventuellen Türzuhaltung kann die Situation jedoch entschärft werden. In diesem Fall also P1. Somit hätten wir an das erforderliche PL Required, Performance Level D wäre damit erforderlich. Sollte ein geplantes System für funktionelle Sicherheit nicht funktionieren, würde eben ein hohes Risiko für die Personen entstehen. Ja, eine Rechnung, um den Performance-Level jetzt zu berechnen, werden wir heute nicht durchführen. Das ist einfach zu langwierig und ich möchte hier Ihnen nur zumindest aufzeigen, welche Verantwortung wir als Steute tragen, damit Ihre Anlagen einen hohen Performance-Level für hohe Sicherheit erreichen können. Um den Performance-Level eines Systems nun zu ermitteln, muss der MTTFD-Wert errechnet werden. MTTF-Wert bedeutet in dem Fall Mean Time to Dangerous Failure. Einfach ausgedrückt gibt er an, wie lange ein sicherheitsbezogenes Bauteil oder System im Durchschnitt fehlerfrei arbeitet, bevor ein gefährlicher Ausfall auftritt. Ein höherer MTTF-Wert steht für eine längere Lebensdauer somit und geringes Risiko eines Ausfalls und trägt somit auch für eine hohe Zuverlässigkeit bei. Um den MTTF-D-Wert zu berechnen, benötigt man jedoch unter anderem den B10D-Wert. Dieser Wert sagt aus, bei wie vielen Schaltzyklen 10% der Bauteile einen gefährlichen Ausfall aufweisen. Dieser Wert wird vom Hersteller, also von Steute, spezifiziert. Der B10D-Wert wird durch die Lebensdauertests und der dazugehörigen Fehleranalyse bei uns im Hause ermittelt. Je höher der B10D-Wert ist, desto höher ist am Ende das Ergebnis des MTTFD-Wertes für eine hohe Zuverlässigkeit des Produktes. Somit sind wir als Hersteller im Umkehrschluss für einen hohen Performance-Level verantwortlich. Um den Performance-Level zu ermitteln, werden noch weitere Kenndaten benötigt, unter anderem der DC-Wert, Diagnostic Coverage, der Diagnose-Deckungsgrad ist ein Maß in Prozent angegeben wird da, wie gut ein sicherheitsbezogenes Steuersystem Fehler überhaupt erkennen kann, die zu einem gefährlichen Zustand führen könnten. Als Beispiel ein Wert 60 bedeutet, dass 60 von 100 gefährlichen Fehlern erkannt werden. Ja, mit Hilfe der beschriebenen und weiterer Werte, die dazugehören, ist eine Ermittlung des Performance Levels möglich. Darauf werde ich jetzt jedoch nicht im Detail eingehen, das würde ja einfach den Rahmen sprengen. Hier ein Beispiel an einem Steute-Sicherheitssensor für den X-Bereich, welche MTTF-D-Werte erreicht werden können durch eine hohe Auslegung unserer Produkte. Der B10D-Wert unseres Sicherheitssensors liegt bei 10 Millionen Schaltzyklen. Damit und mit weiteren Faktoren errechnet sich der MTTFD-Wert und der würde bei 200 Jahren liegen. Damit können in Verbindung mit weiteren Faktoren unsere Produkte Performance Level D oder gar E erreichen, somit die höchsten Anforderungen. Kommen wir zum Thema Explosionsschutz. Zuerst einmal kurz zu den Grundlagen Explosionsschutz, und zwar, was braucht man, um eine Explosion überhaupt zu erzeugen? Also erstens brennbare Stoffe. Das kann festes, flüssiges oder auch gasförmiges Material sein. Zweitens Sauerstoff. Und drittens braucht man einen Zündfunken, um eine Explosion auszulösen. Das ist eben Voraussetzung für eine Explosion. Die die drei Explosionsschutzarten, die dabei vorhanden sind, ist einmal der primäre Explosionsschutz. Wie verhindert man überhaupt, dass eine Explosion oder eine explosive Atmosphäre sich bildet? Das zweite wäre ein sekundärer Explosionsschutz. Wie sorgt man dafür, dass gar keine Zündquelle vorhanden ist? Und der tertiäre Explosionsschutz, wie sorgt man dafür, dass eine bestehende Explosion gestoppt oder begrenzt wird? Fangen wir mit dem Primärschutz an. Verhinderung, dass eine explosive Atmosphäre überhaupt entstehen kann. Wir haben gehört, man braucht 3 Bestandteile gleichzeitig für eine Explosion: brennbaren Stoff, Sauerstoff und eine Zündquelle. Und all das muss aber auch in der richtigen Menge vorhanden sein. Also hier unten können wir das ganz gut erkennen. Ist das Gemisch zu mager oder zu fett, kommt es nicht zu einer Explosion. Erst beim richtigen Mischungsverhältnis wird es zu einer idealen Explosion kommen. Es gibt also die sogenannten Explosionsgrenzen in dem Bereich. Also innerhalb dieses Bereichs, zum Beispiel unterhalb der oberen Explosionsgrenze, macht es zwar auch Bumm, aber halt nicht so effizient. Will man die Explosion somit verhindern, muss die explosive Atmosphäre verändert werden. Und zwar durch die folgenden Einsätze, zum Beispiel Substitution, Ersatz eines der 3 Stoffe, Konzentrationsbegrenzung. Der brennbare Stoff muss unterhalb der unteren oder oberhalb der oberen Explosionsgrenze gehalten werden. Inertisierung, Veränderung der Atmosphäre durch das Einbringen eines Gases wie Stickstoff oder Kohlendioxid, um den Sauerstoffgehalt zu reduzieren. Anhand des Dreiecksdiagramms kann die benötigte Menge an Ersatzgas ermittelt werden, die ausreicht, damit keine Explosion entsteht. Und die letzten Punkte wären Belüftung, Prozessparameterbegrenzung und zum Beispiel Gasdetektion. Das sind eben weitere Möglichkeiten, die explosive Atmosphäre zu verändern. Alle elektrischen und mechanischen Geräte, die im X-Bereich eingesetzt werden, müssen den entsprechenden X-Schutzklassen entsprechen. Um die Entstehung von Zündquellen zu verhindern, ich möchte heute nur auf einige der Schutzklassen zu sprechen kommen, da auch diese den Zeitrahmen einfach sprengen würden. Wir haben hier die druckfeste Kapselung, Kennzeichnung D. Die Komponenten, die eine Zündung auslösen können, sind in ein Gehäuse verbaut, das dem Explosionsdruck standhält. So eine Übertragung der Explosion nach außen wird somit verhindert. Spezielle Konstruktionen der Gehäuse oder Werkstoff und Dichtung sorgen dafür. Dann haben wir die Vergusskapselung, Kennzeichnung M. Die Teile des elektrischen Betriebsmittels, die Zündquellen erzeugen können, sind in Vergussmasse eingebettet. Die Vergussmasse ist chemisch resistent, durchschlagsfest und wird nur durch die Einführung elektrischer Leitung unterbrochen. Das Weiße hier auf dem Bild ist die Vergussmasse, somit ist die Zündquelle komplett eingeschlossen. Ja, dann haben wir noch den Explosionsschutz durch Gehäuse, Kennzeichnung T. Das Gehäuse verhindert das Eindringen von Staub, die im Inneren eine explosionsfähige Atmosphäre bilden können. Geeignet somit für staubexplosionsgefährdete Bereiche. Und als letztes erhöhte Sicherheit, Kennzeichnung E. Entstehende Funken oder hohe Temperaturen werden zum Beispiel durch Gehäuseaufbau und Werkstoffe verhindert. Denn auch hohe Temperaturen am Gehäuse können eine Zündquelle sein. Ja, weitere Schutzarten, die es noch gibt, werden wir aus Zeitgründen hier einfach nicht weiter erwähnen. Tertiärer Explosionsschutz. Wie sorgt man dafür, dass eine bestehende Explosion gestoppt oder auch begrenzt wird? Ein Beispiel wäre also ein Einsatz eines Überdruckventils zum Beispiel oder auch Berstscheiben an Silos. Die Explosion soll kontrolliert abgebaut werden. Das Überdruckventil sorgt zur flammenlosen Druckentlastung in dem Fall. Dabei wird die Explosionsenergie benötigt, um diese Feder zu öffnen und so ohne weitere Schäden auszukommen. Ja, das waren somit die 3 Explosionsarten. Also für Steuerte Technologies ist der sekundäre Explosionsschutz anzuwenden. Unser Ziel ist es, Zündquellen in Schaltgeräten und Sensoren zu eliminieren oder zu isolieren, um Explosionen in gefährlichen Bereichen zu verhindern. Der Maschinen- und Anlagehersteller muss auch noch eine Unterteilung der Zonen gemäß ATEX-Richtlinien oder ECX-Standards vornehmen. Hier sehen wir ein Beispiel aus dem Schüttgutbereich. Vielleicht findet sich der ein oder andere in der Anwendung wieder. Diese Zonen geben an, wie hoch das Risiko einer explosionsfähigen Atmosphäre in einem bestimmten Bereich ist. Also ausschlaggebend für die Einteilung ist die Dauer und die Häufigkeit einer zündfähigen Staubatmosphäre. Wir haben im Staubbereich die X-Zone 20. Das ist ein Bereich, in dem ständig oder auch über längeren Zeitraum eine explosionsfähige Staubatmosphäre vorhanden ist. Wir haben die Zone 21, die sagt aus, dass unter normalen Betriebsbedingungen gelegentlich eine explosionsfähige Staubatmosphäre auftreten kann. Und die Ex-Zone 22 sagt aus, dass unter normalen Betriebsbedingungen nur selten oder zumindest kurzzeitig eine explosionsfähige Atmosphäre auftreten kann. Diese Einstufung ist die Grundlage für alle weiteren Schutzmaßnahmen. Hier dürfen eben nur für den Bereich zulässige Betriebsmittel eingesetzt werden. Kommen wir noch kurz zu den Zulassungen und den Zertifikaten. Hier möchten wir Ihnen einmal aufzeigen, dass es eigentlich die IECX-Standardrichtlinie in Bezug auf Ex-Produkte gibt. Es ist jedoch so, dass diese nicht in jedem Land akzeptiert wird. Und viele Länder haben ihre individuellen Anforderungen, sodass weitere Zertifikate erforderlich sind. Jedoch sind alle an das IECX angelehnt. Blau hier in dem Fall sind die Länder, die ein IECX-Richtlinien problemlos akzeptieren. Und wie man sieht, im Rot gibt es eben viele weitere Richtlinien, die befolgt und Produkte entsprechend zertifiziert werden müssen, wenn man diese Produkte in die Länder liefern möchte. Ja, den Prozess hinter einer Zertifizierung möchte ich Ihnen heute nicht erklären. Um die Produkte nach ATEX oder IECX-Richtlinie herstellen zu dürfen, müssen nicht nur die Produkte zugelassen werden, sondern auch der Hersteller mit der Produktion und der gesamten Prozesskette. Die Prüfung erfolgt durch notifizierte Prüfinstitute wie DEKRA oder TÜV und so weiter und muss regelmäßig durchgeführt werden. Am Beispiel unseres Produktes hier, die Sicherheitszuhaltung, zeigen wir ein ATEX und ein IECX-Zertifikat. Je nachdem, wo Ihre Anlagen eingesetzt werden, wird das entsprechende Zertifikat dann ebenfalls benötigt. Hier noch Beispiele für weitere internationale Zertifikate, für welche wir unsere Produkte zertifizieren lassen. Beispiel hier CSA für Nordamerika, CCC für China, INMETRO für Brasilien, KCS für Korea und viele weitere. Ja, kommen wir noch auf die Ex-Kennzeichnung zu sprechen, die man auf den entsprechenden Schaltgeräten und Bauteilen findet. Hier sehen wir eine Original-Laserkennzeichnung eines Stolte-Produktes, die Türzuhaltung. Wir haben hier zwei Ex-Kennzeichnungen. Die obere bezieht sich auf die Gasatmosphäre und die untere auf die Staubatmosphäre, also mit Großbuchstaben G für Gas und D für Dust gekennzeichnet. Darunter befindet sich die Kennzeichnung für das ATEX und das IECX-Zertifikat. Ja, kurze Erläuterung der Ex-Kennzeichnung anhand unserer Ex-Türzuhaltung. Ich beschränke mich hier auf die Kennzeichnung für die Staubatmosphäre. Was bedeutet das eigentlich? Wofür steht das überhaupt? Also man findet hier eine Zuordnung zu einer Gerätegruppe und nachfolgend eine Gerätekategorie in Verbindung mit den entsprechenden Bereichen G für Gas oder D wie das für Staub. Generell die Bedeutung der Gerätekategorie, Gerätegruppe und allen weiteren Kennzeichen findet man in den Tabellen der ATEX-Richtlinien oder auch gerne zusammengefasst für den besseren Verständnis auf unserer Homepage zum Runterladen als Ex-Poster. Das würde ich Ihnen gleich noch aufzeigen. Nachfolgend haben wir die Schutzklasse, in diesem Beispiel T, Schutz durch Gehäuse. In unserem Fall staubdicht für die Staubatmosphäre. Enthält der Schalter mehrere Schutzklassen, werden diese nacheinander aufgeführt. Die Buchstaben hinter der Schutzklasse, in unserem Fall B, wäre das hier, stehen zusätzlich für die Ex-Zonen. Also A wäre Zone 20, B Zone 21 und C Zone 22. Anschließend folgt die Explosionsuntergruppe mit der maximalen Oberflächentemperatur. Die Explosionsgruppe römisch 3c steht für leitfähigen Staub mit der 100 Grad Celsius maximale Oberflächentemperatur des Gehäuses. Ja, und zuletzt folgt das Geräteschutzniveau. Auch hier findet man in einer Tabelle die Bedeutung dazu. In unserem Fall bedeutet das, dass das Betriebsmittel mit der Anwendung in Zone 21 eine ausreichende Sicherheit bei vorhersehbaren Fehlern bietet. Ja, wie vorhin schon angedeutet, die Bedeutung zu der Kennzeichnung finden Sie gerne auf unserem Ex-Poster detailliert und gut nachvollziehbar erklärt. Diese finden Sie kostenlos und ohne Anmeldung zum Runterladen unter Downloads auf unserer Homepage. Gerne komme ich noch zuletzt auf unsere Ex-Produkte zu dem Thema Schüttgut zu sprechen. Also im Programm haben wir die Seilzugnotschalter für Förderbänder zur sicheren Abschaltung der Förderbänder im Notfall. Das sind einseitige oder auch zweiseitige Ausführungen für maximal 200 Meter Reißleine. Wir haben die Drucktaster oder andere Befehlsgeräte zur Steuerung von Anlagen, Positionsschalter, Induktivsensoren oder auch Magnetsensoren zur Überwachung von Klappen oder Türen oder zu einer Positionsabfrage. Des Weiteren Türsicherheitszuhaltung zur Verhinderung, dass Personal in bestimmte Bereiche unkontrolliert eintreten kann. Und als Besonderheit haben wir hier unsere Wireless-Schaltgeräte, auch für Ex-Zonen geeignet. Also wenn Sie mal auf Kabel verzichten können, dann unterstützen wir da auch gerne weiter. Ja, ich hoffe, ich konnte Ihr Interesse wecken und denken Sie daran, wenn Sie Schaltgeräte und Sensoren im Ex-Bereich oder in kritischen Umgebungen benötigen, dann sind Sie bei Steudigt Technologies genau richtig. Vielen herzlichen Dank.
Vielen Dank, Herr Dück. Sehr spannender Vortrag. Dann, wie auch bei den anderen Vorträgen, gibt es jetzt noch die Möglichkeit, die Fragen in den Fragen- und Antworten-Button einzutippen. Ich gebe Ihnen natürlich auch noch mal ein paar Sekunden Zeit, das zu tun. So, könnte ich mal die erste Frage beantworten. Welche Branchen sind denn auf Ex-Produkte angewiesen?
Ja, also die Kollegen, die Vorredner von mir hatten auch schon jedes Mal das Thema ATEX erwähnt. Das heißt, auch in diesen Branchen ist man unterwegs. Aber ansonsten eigentlich in allen Branchen, in denen entzündliche Gase oder Dämpfe oder Stäube während der Prozesse einfach entstehen können. Insbesondere natürlich chemische Industrie, aber auch die Pharmaindustrie oder auch Beispiel Lebensmittelindustrie. Also da, wo Mehl, Zucker verarbeitet wird, eben in feinster wirklich als feinstes Granulat in dem Sinne. Ja, oder auch bei der Herstellung von Düngemittel. Da entstehen ebenfalls Gase, die zu einer Explosion führen können.
Vielen Dank. Noch eine Frage. Müssen Explosionsprodukte und Ex-Produkte gewartet oder regelmäßig geprüft werden?
Nach der ATEX-Richtlinie unterliegen diese Bauteile einer regelmäßigen Prüfung, eben um die Funktionsfähigkeit zu prüfen. Also in der Regel optische Prüfung oder funktionale Prüfung des Bauteils ist da in dem Sinne ausreichend.
Alles klar. Vielen Dank. Und noch eine letzte Frage. Haben Sie Produkte für alle Ex-Zonen, einschließlich Zone 0 und Zone 20?
Ja, ist tatsächlich so. Also wir decken mit unseren Produkten alle Ex-Zonen zumindest ab. Allerdings ist das so, dass bei Zone 0 und 20 die Anforderungen deutlich höher sind, sodass wir hier nur eigensichere Induktivsensoren im Programm haben.
Alles klar. Super, dann vielen Dank für die Beantwortung der Fragen. Sollten noch Fragen aufkommen, wie auch schon bei den Vorrednern gesagt, gerne auf die jeweiligen Referenten zugehen oder eben an Pautec-Technofarm wenden. Ich bedanke mich, dass Sie alle dem Virtual Talk heute zugesehen haben und dabei waren. Auch nochmal vielen Dank an unsere Referenten. Die nächsten Virtual Talks und auch die nächsten Themen veröffentlichen wir auf unserer Webseite www.pautec-technofarm.de unter der Rubrik Events und Programm. Also schauen Sie gerne auch da in den nächsten Wochen immer wieder vorbei. Jeden Monat wird ein neuer Virtual Talk stattfinden. Ebenso gerne über unsere Social-Media-Plattform LinkedIn. Dort werden Sie auch immer regelmäßig informiert, wenn es neue Talks gibt. Bleiben Sie gespannt und wir freuen uns aufs nächste Mal und wir freuen uns auch auf die PowTech Technofarm Fachpack und Partech 2025 vom 23. bis 25. September. Haben Sie noch einen schönen Tag und bis zum nächsten Mal.